Welcome to Rishan Solutions. In this video, we'll discuss what is collection in Canvas apps, and also we'll discuss how we can use that collection inside any of the drop down buttons are in the gallery, and also we'll discuss how we can use different functions here like a clear, collect, and collect. So for that, first we'll go to the Power App Studio. In this Power App Studio, we'll create a simple Canvas app, and then we'll try to use this all inside the collection. So actually, collection will adds the records to a data source. Maybe it is a simple collection which is available inside the context of the application, and then we'll see how it is useful. And also we have a different types here in the collection. You may have a single record in the collection, or you have a single value, or you can create a table in the collection as well. So first I'm trying to create a tablet layout in the Canvas app. So now it is created. So now what we'll do is first we'll try to insert a button here. So I'm putting a button. I'll put it here. I'll give a name to the button as collection. So I'll make it little bigger. So this is, I created a button, I given a name as collection. So when a user hits this one, I want to collect the data from a SharePoint list. So for that we have onSelect function. So in the onSelect function, I'll remove this false statement. Now I'll try to write a collection. So for that there is a keyword called collect. So when we write this collect, and we can see the intelligence here, it have multiple parameters. Now the first parameter is collection and the second is item. So now in this case what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give a collection name as collection data. This is a collection name I'm giving, and now I'm directly I want to select a source from a SharePoint. For example, even if you create a already data connection, if you created, and you can directly give that name, or otherwise we'll keep some one here, and then we'll keep like this, and we'll change this one later. So for that, first I'm going back to the data, and in this data, so we created a collection. We can able to see the collection data which we give a name here, and I'm trying to add a data source. I'm trying to search for the data source name as SharePoint. Select this SharePoint, click on it, and it shows all the site collections. Inside that I'm selecting this site. Here I have a list name called electronics. Select this one, click connect. So it will connect, and it shows this list information here. Now we have this data connection. I'm trying to pass, instead of a value, I want to pass the data connection. So if I type log, I can able to see the data connection name here. Now we are done with this one. Currently, if you create any collection, the collection will store here inside the collection. If you go to file, now you can able to see the collection data. Now I have given that particular list name, so that's why I can able to see author, brand, and compliance, asset ID, and created. We have a lot of columns inside this list. We can able to see all the columns which is available inside that list, but still we are not collected the data. And also in the collection, it just shows in the preview the maximum of 5 items in the collection. So we have plenty of items. We have 15 items in this list, but we'll try to run this app, and then we'll try to click this collection. So if you want to give some label here in the bottom, you can able to give something like this. Collection updated successfully, and then we'll give some font color here with the green, and then we'll increase this. And now, so if you want to give this kind of message, and you can able to give, or this one we can hide, and we can show that when a user hits that, but that's fine. I'm clicking this one, and even I'm not passing this message dynamically, just I'm showing in the screen. Now if you go back to file, here in the collection, and there is a collection data, now you can able to see this one. Now the data is appearing here and it only shows the maximum 5 items in the preview. So the data is available, you can able to see the links, title and model, everything. So now what we'll do is we'll use this data in the drop down. So to utilize that, we have an input option here, we have a drop down. So we'll keep this drop down here, and then I'm trying to give a label here, and I'll put this label message here or here. I'll put and then change model. Okay, but when you create any of the drop down, and it contains a drop down sample data here, and it contains a value something like 1 2 3, and if you want to change this one, we have other option, and in the items we can change this one, and then we'll put in the square braces, we can give some values here. But I don't want to use that. Now I want to use the data from the collection which we have. So I'm closing this one. In the items we have a collection data. So I'm trying to type this collection dot. If I type, we have the model inside that, so I'm selecting this model. If you run this application, now you can able to see the data which is coming from this model column. You can able to see the model here, the complete model information coming here. See, this is appearing here with the Surface and Sony related and the Samsung related models is available here. So this way you can create a collection inside your Power App, and then you can add that value into a particular drop down. So that is one thing we discussed, and also we'll discuss more topics regarding this. And now this data is coming from a particular SharePoint list. Now I don't want to do like that. I want to create a data here in this particular app, and I want to store each and every time user hits the button, I want to store the values there. So we'll try to run this. Okay, close this, and we'll try to move this button to here. Now I'm trying to insert two text boxes. I'm inserting a text input. So for this I'm trying to give a name as, instead of text input, we'll rename this one to brand. Okay, and then remove this text input and insert a label here, and then give a name as brand. And I'll try to copy these two. Okay, now see, we'll change this, we'll rename this also. Here instead of brand, I'm just giving type of products. We'll move little. Okay, this would be fine, type of products. And here also I want to change this to type of products, so it is easy to understand. Now I am trying to insert one more button here. Here I'm giving name as dynamic collection. Okay, now we have the dynamic collection. We have one text box, text input, and another text input, two text inputs we have. Now when a user hits and I want to create the data from here, like the brand will have to store in the brand column and type of product should be stored in the type of products column. So for that I'm going back to on select here. Now here we'll write one more collection. So type collect, you can take it from IntelliSense. Now the collection name I am giving as dynamic collection, and give a comma, give a space here, open curly brace, or you can go like this and then enter open curly brace and press enter. Now here I'm trying to give a uh, brand column. Now this brand column value, I want to take it from the brand dot text. We are done, and give a comma. Now I want to type of products. There is a space, so that's why I'm trying to take a single quotes, type of products, and close this one and put a put a colon, and then we have type of product text box dot text. So we are done with this one. We'll close this and we'll close this one as well. Now we have completed this collect function, and we have created a brand column, and we have created a type of product column. So we are done with this one, and come out of this and then click this one. So we had created another dynamic collection. To see that, if you go here, you can able to see the dynamic collection option here, and if you want to see the columns, you can go back to the collection and go to dynamic collection. You have this brand column and type of product column. We have two columns created here. We'll try to append the data to that particular dynamic collection. So for that, I'm running this application. Now I'm trying to give a name as Microsoft, and then type of product is laptop. Now click this one. Now the data is appended to here, and go to collection and go to dynamic collection. You can able to see Microsoft and laptop, both you can see. So if you want to clear the controls, and I'm done with this one, so we'll try to put a colon here, and there is a reset option. When I open this reset, I have this brand column, and this is a control, and then I'll use one more reset, and then we have type of product, we have type of products. Close this one. Now we don't have any error here, so we'll try to run this one. Now I'll remove this, and if I type Sony, and then if I use mobiles and then use dynamic collection, now the controls is clear. Now I'm trying to enter Apple, and then I'm again entering mobiles, and then click dynamic collection. So now close this one, and then go back to file, and here we have collection, and when you go to the dynamic collection, we have Microsoft, laptop, and Sony, Apple. So whatever the data which we entered inside that particular columns, and when we insert, when we click that button, we can able to see this information is appearing here. And also we'll try to work with this collection or this collection. We have two collections, and I want to pass this collection data into a gallery. So how we can do that? For that, we have a gallery option here. Now you can choose any of any type of gallery. I'll choose this one. Okay, so we'll move this aside. Come on, it is mixed inside that. We'll try to move this one. Okay, so it's better to keep it here. Okay, so before that, I just want to insert a label in the top. So we are discussing about collections. We'll put a header here as collections, and then we'll give some background color, and we'll change this color to white, and we are done. So this is, I'm putting something like 28, then we'll make it as bold, and then we'll keep it in the middle. Okay, so now we inserted this collection, and now you can able to choose from your data source. Now when you choose this shape and list, the shape and list data will appear here, or if you choose a different data source, and then that will appear here. Now I just want to take the dynamic collection which we created. So now we can able to see this dynamic collection in the gallery. Now the data which we added, now we'll try to add one more data here as Samsung, and then I just want to give televisions, click dynamic collection. Now you can able to see this one here. Now the data is adding and removing. So the same way we have different type of functions available, and we'll discuss about that. First we'll put a button for that to discuss about clear. So now here I'll put this one and I'll rename this one to clear. Done. So this is clear. So I have the data and I just inserted my collection here. That is a dynamic collection values is appearing here. So I use this clear function in the on select of this button. I'll type clear. So when I open the parenthesis, I can able to see the intelligence here and it accepts the collection name. I'll select this dynamic collection and then close this one. Now we are done with this one. Now try to run this. So we have the data is appearing here. This is the dynamic collection data. When I hit this clear, now the complete data is disappeared, which means it is cleared the data. And again, if you type some data, and again it will append to that particular dynamic data collection. Now I'm just typing Microsoft mobiles and then hit dynamic collection. Now you can able to see Microsoft and mobiles is appearing here. And also we have clear option for this. We'll discuss about this for clear, and for that I'm trying to insert one more label here. Clear test. Okay, so this is a label. I'm sorry, even for label, but I don't want to use for label, and we'll put button itself, and it is easy to understand. So I'm just giving clear test for this particular data, because this data is not dynamically getting, and it is getting from the SharePoint list. So for that we'll try to write that and type clear and then open this, and we have collection data as a collection, and which is getting data from the SharePoint list. Now when you go back here, and we are getting the data here from that particular collection, if I hit clear test, now the data is disappeared. Now you don't have data. If you hit this collection, now you can able to see the data again. Now when I hit this one, now the data is disappear. Now we can able to clear, but which means what happens if you clear that, it just only clears inside your Canvas app, not inside your SharePoint list. If you try to refresh and your data source is not clearing, it just clearing the data in the particular Power App, which means what it is, it works only in the Power App. It gets the data and it shows the data whenever you want, and then if you clear that, it will clear in that particular Power App itself, not clear the data inside your data source. So that is one. And also we have one more function called clear collect. We'll see what is clear collect. So for that I'll move this data a bit here, and then I'll try to insert one more button here. Now we'll give a name as clear collect. Now this button don't have any unselect function. Now we'll try to write some data here, collect. Now we want to discuss about clear collect, so that's why I'm writing clear collect. I will write clear collect, and then this time also I'll give a name as clear collection. Just a name, you can give any name here. Now the data I'm passing from the SharePoint list, then close this one. We don't have any error, then we'll come back here. Now we'll try to run this application. Now when I click this collect, now we have the surface and so on, so on. So now we'll try to add some data here. Now we'll try to edit in grid view, add a option. Now it's a 16th. I'm giving as power app as brand, and now we'll put some data here like collection, and then the brand is power platform. Okay, so exit grid view. Now come back here. So in the brand we don't have power platform. Again, if I hit this collection and come back here, now we have this power platform. So which means when I hit this collect, and the power platform is available here. Even though clear collect also will do the same way. If you hit clear collect, now you can able to see the power platform. Even when you try to update the data here again, now instead of power platform, I'll change to collection. Done. Exit grid view, and then come back, and then if I use clear collect, and then now this power platform is still here. If I use this collection, now this is updating the collection. So which means now here in the clear collection, it's not, when you hit this one, it's not refreshing the data. And we'll come back and we'll see what we have written. In the collection we have written collect from the collection data and electronics. In the clear collection we have written a name as clear collect and electronics, but we are just using this, and we are not using this into this data source. So for that, what we'll do is we'll insert one more button here. So for that, just put this one here, and here we'll insert one more drop down. I'll put this drop down here, and the data source I'm using here is clear collect. Now we have two drop downs, and also we need to use, it's a model, right? Model. Done. So we'll try to run this. So here we have collection in the bottom, and here also we have collection in the bottom. We'll try to update this collection again. Edit in grid view. Now we'll try to type test collection. Done. Okay, and exit. Now we'll try to close this and again run this application. So if I hit collection, now this is the collection one. Now we have test collection, and here still we have collection. If you hit this clear collect, and then you can able to see the test collection. And here when you hit this collection, it is getting the collection from the, it is getting collection from the source, and it is updating. Now when you use a clear collect also, it clearing the collection, and then it is updating the same way what it is doing here, and the same way it is doing here also, right? But the difference what you understand, see, now here I have items 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 items we have. And here from the collection, if you come here, and the 17 items plus 17 items we have, and plus 17 items we have, every time when you hit this collection, it is getting data from there. So if you see here, we have power platform, and then the data is updated here with the collection, and again the data is updated with the test collection. But coming here in the clear collect, if I hit 10 times also, the updated data will come here, and the data will not add into the collection again and again. That is only the difference. If I hit this one, and again if I come here for this, and I can able to see the data which is again and again adding into collection, the records are increasing. but data is getting the latest data, and also the previous data also available here. But coming to the clear collect, if I hit 100 times, but still I can able to see these items only. So that is the advantage with the clear collect. Collection gets the data from the source and it adds to the table, and when you hit again this one, again the previous data will remain as it is, and the same data will repeat again in the new rows. But clear collect will update the data from the data source only. It will not add more rows again and again. Only updated data will update here. That is the major difference between the collect and the clear collect. Clear collect will update the data. It will not take the data and create the new rows. It will update the existing rows. So that is about collect and clear collect. And in the upcoming videos we'll see how we can use these collections with the again in the galleries, and how we can do the data manipulations using these collections. So that's it. Thanks for watching my video.